Hey guys, happy Monday. Becky Timms here for The Drive at 5. And today I just wanted to talk about the 5 secrets to running a successful e-commerce business. But before I tell you those 5 secrets, I have a few things that I'd like to share with you. First of all, thanks so much for all of the instant messages over the weekend. Sharing how my story inspired you or how you could relate. And guys, don't get stuck in your past. Do not do that. So I really appreciate all of those text messages. The second thing I wanted to share is my oldest son Cameron, he broke his shoulder blade yesterday in a dirt bike accident. So he was like, Mom, if you go to Starbucks and bring me one of those unicorn frappuccinos, it would sure make me feel better. And I just don't know about that, because one of those frappuccinos is worth like 3 Snicker bars. I mean, that is a lot. Hey Ada, thanks for joining The Drive at 5. I mean, that's a lot of sugar in one little drink. But he was like, Mom, just get me the small one. And they don't even have any coffee in them, so they're like pure sugar. They taste great. I haven't tasted one. I've been really good. Well, kind of good. Over the weekend, I kind of fell off the wagon. You know that darn pig? I eat everything on the pig, from the rooter to the tutor. And I did. I got on the scales today. I went to a barbecue cook-off on Saturday for the city of Goose Creek. But I got on the scales today, and I lost 4 pounds last week. So I'm super excited about that. So I'm going to jump right in and go ahead and talk about the 5 secrets to running a successful e-commerce business. And the very first one is you need to treat your e-commerce business as if it were a thriving offline business. And thank you, Jack. And this is something that you need to do, because you're going to have a feast season in your business, and you're also going to have famine. So you need to treat it like you're thriving. That doesn't mean go out and spend all your money on, if you make a lot of money this month or next month, don't go and spend it all. That means you need to plan and prepare for the next season and the next season, because the only thing that's getting in the way in your e-commerce business is you. And I actually talked to some people over the weekend. They were like, Becky, I'm really skeptical, about joining this business. And I'm like, well, you're the only, you are the only person that's standing in your own way. And I went to my personal profile today, and you know how Facebook reminds you of a post that you made a year ago? Well, 1 year ago, I posted that I wrote a book when I was 12 years old. And it was called From 5 to 85. And I went around my neighborhood and I asked people what their favorite food was and how you would fix it. So I asked a 5-year-old, and their favorite food was a sandwich, and they told me how they fixed it. And I wrote word for word exactly what they said. And then we had these 2 sweet ladies that lived down the road from us. They were 85. One was 85, one was 83 when I wrote this book. And they were sisters, and they gave me their best recipes. And when I was 12 years old, it was like Hooked on Phonics worked for me. So I wrote down everything they said. And it turns out maybe last year or the year before, I was actually at, hey, how's it going? I was actually at a high school function, and one of these ladies' grandchildren were at the thing, and I told them, I was like, I have this book From 5 to 85, and the 85-year-old that I interviewed was her grandma, and they had never cooked their grandma's sweet potato pie, and I had the recipe exactly in my book. And so as an entrepreneur, you always come up with these ideas, and you're like, oh, what can I do next? So I told my husband, I was like, but I want to write a book. And he's like, oh my gosh, Becky, you need to do one thing at a time. And I thank God every day for Bud, because man, I know I jump around a lot. And he was like, I can't believe you're still with me, as much as you change everything in your life. And he's like the one constant that I do have. Well, my job is a constant as well, but I always come up with these ideas, and I jump from one to one to one. And so I wanted to share today that, the book came up From 5 to 85, but I thought about eCommerce Secrets, and I've trained my 12-year-old son how to sell on Amazon, and I've also trained, well, she's 81 years old now, but Miss Barbara, 3 years ago, she joined my business. She was 78 years old, and I've had several people in their 70s and early 80s learn how to sell on e-commerce. So once again, it's only you that's standing in your own way. So my 12-year-old, quick story about him. It was January of last year, so 2016 was right after Christmas, and he wanted a Fitbit. And I said, no, Cameron, you have already, Christmas is coming on, you didn't ask for a Fitbit, so you're not going to get one. And he was like, okay, well, what can I do to earn some extra money? I said, I can teach you how to sell on Amazon. He said, okay. So I showed him, it was January, so in January you want to list fitness equipment because everyone's setting those New Year's resolutions, and so he listed a treadmill, and he came home like the first day. He's like, did I get any sales? Did I get any sales? And I'm like, no, Cameron, you didn't get any sales. And he's like, oh man, you know, why didn't I get any sales? So he was deflated because he didn't get any sales. And so I want to tell you, it's not a get rich quick business. I mean, you have to do the work. So the next day he came home, he input more treadmills online, and I was at work, he was at school, and that day he sold 5 treadmills, and his profit from 5 treadmills was $500.12 in like a 48-hour time period. And so when he came home, he's like, did I sell anything? Did I sell anything? And I was like, yeah, you sold these treadmills. And he was like, okay, well, let me have my $500.12. And I was like, no, Cameron, you have to wait 2 weeks because Amazon pays every 2 weeks. Thanks, Lori. Amazon pays every 2 weeks. And he's like, I can't wait 2 weeks. I quit. I was like, okay. So guys, don't give up too early on your dreams. Now, when I did get paid, I did give him the $500.12. But I didn't want him to have instant gratification of, oh, I can go buy a Fitbit in 2 days, because it's just like a job. Amazon, like clockwork, pays every 2 weeks. And so I wanted to use that as a teaching story for him. But I also know that he has a skill that if he ever wants to earn money, he knows how to do it. And so that's what I want to teach you, this skill of how you can earn money online, whether it be with eBay or Amazon or your own store. So the first secret to running a successful e-commerce business is to treat your e-commerce business like it's a thriving offline business. The next one is find software for your business. This one is huge. And guys, software makes my job so much easier. They have so many different softwares, so many different things that will cut down on your time that you're spending. Some of them are free, some of them you will have to invest in, but you should continuously be addressing and evaluating on an ongoing basis because it's the foundation to your entire e-commerce business. So finding the proper software. The next one, this one is huge. Figure out where your customers are. Find where they are. Are they on social media? Well, if they are, then you should be advertising like on social media. Are they on deal sites? There are plenty of deal sites that you could submit your private label products to and have them advertised through deal sites. Or do they have influencers? So, for example, if you sell a toy, there are many YouTubers, kid YouTubers, that have these unboxing videos with millions of followers, and they get paid huge amounts of money, and you could speak with them, talk with some of these influencers, negotiate, and see if they will promote your product to get in front of the marketplace. So definitely figure out where your customers are and go where your customers are. The next one is to allow your customers to be your brand ambassadors. If they get your product, if they love your product, you want to encourage them to write a review, to tell others about your product, because Starbucks, everybody saw these unicorn frappuccinos and it took off on social media like wildfire, and everybody's buying these 3 Snickers worth of calories in a unicorn frappuccino. So definitely let your customers be your brand ambassadors, and that Starbucks unicorn frap is another one. And then the last one is you want to remove the friction from the process. So if you have your own Shopify store or your own website, don't have like multiple pages that the customer has to fill out, because they'll likely abandon their cart or go and get it from your competitor, or eliminate the need for them to create an account. Just let them check out, you know, on their own. That would be good. Or when it defaults to shipping, let the cheapest shipping come up first. Don't let them have to sort through the shipping to do that. And then use as few of form fields as possible. When you're, I mean, you don't need their address and their mother's maiden name and all this crazy stuff. You know, name, address, tell me where to send it, let me send it and get on my way. Not all this extra email and all this stuff. So that's one way. My 10-year-old daughter wants that unicorn drink. Yeah, Nancy, my 12-year-old is home with a broken shoulder blade, and he wants it too. Not only does he want it, his 3 friends want it as well. So they're texting me, Mom, have you left yet? Have you left yet? I'm surprised they're not watching me on the drive at 5 saying, hey, Mom, are you coming home? So another thing is you want to provide several ways for your customer to pay, especially if you have your own website. Do you accept PayPal, credit cards, Stripe? You know, you want to make it as easy as possible. So I hope these 5 tips to running a successful e-commerce business are helpful for you. These are 5 tips, that 5 of many tips that I've heard and read about in the Entrepreneur magazine this month. So hope you all have an amazing day. Nancy, it may be sold out. I'll go and check. If not, then I've never bought him a Starbucks before, so he'll be fine. He can drink water. So hope you all have an amazing Monday. Connect with me over on Facebook, Make Money with Becky, facebook.com/Make Money with Becky, and that's my Facebook page. And I will be going live from my paid some, because I'm trying to build up my fan base over there. So if you can go and join me over there, that would be awesome. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow on The Drive at 5. Have an amazing day. Bye.